Today, we're going to talk about corporate housing or midterm rental is the same thing versus vacation rental. What's the main difference? Why do I believe that this is probably the best opportunity in today's market right now? And I prove to you why. If you don't believe me, stay to the end. All right, what's the difference between midterm and short-term rental? The difference between midterm and short-term is the length of stay. It sounds simple, but this is probably one of the best thing ever happened because I scaled to 20 something short-term rental. And I quickly found out, even though I had that freedom, that first year that I told you about, even though I had my freedom, my money freedom, I was still didn't have my time freedom. I was still working probably at that time, I was figuring everything out. I was probably like 15, 20 hours a week, right? But it was a lot of just headaches. For like the next few years, I did short-term rental, okay? Which I thought that was great. It's much better than the 50, 60 hours a week driving an hour to work, an hour home, pass out in the car, I was like, how do I get better? How to get better? So I quickly realized that it's the question you ask yourself that's the most important. Write this down. What is the question you're asking yourself every day? The question is, how can I make this business better? And then it will lead me to who is my ideal client? Who do you want your ideal client to be? Do you want the vacationer who come in for a few days or the weekend, they throw a party, an event, maybe smoke, drink, whatever? Or do you want to have professionals stay at your home and all they do is come there to sleep and then they go back to work and they don't do any of that crazy stuff and they stay for months instead of days? Which one would you guys like? Corporate clients all day long, right? They have the resources, they stay for months instead of days. The tenant demographic. So who are these tenants? They are professional, like medical professional, travel nurses, travel doctors. That saved our budget during COVID, by the way, because COVID ended about 99% of vacation rentals, almost took Airbnb out of business. So if you have a vacation rental mindset, it's like building your castle on sand because who knows another COVID can happen, another 9/11 can happen, and the travel industry shut down. I was able to navigate through that storm with COVID because I rent out to medical professional, right? Not only that, I had contracts from corporate clients that was 3 to 6 months who had to extend their stay because everything was delayed. You see what I'm saying? So delay meaning cha-ching in my bank account. And then we have insurance clients who renovate their home because they go through renovations, because they go through flood, hurricane, fire damage, whatever. So those are super, super powerful tenants and also clients that we can host. Operation dynamic, midterm rental, way less frequent management, which could be like we only clean every few months. Versus short term, you have to clean every time they move out, which is every few days. So every weekend, I had like 20 something houses to clean, 20 something vacationers to host. For short term rental, they had require immediate assistance all the time because they only stay there for a couple of days, right? Versus midterm rental, they stay there for a few months. So even if you can't fix it today, tomorrow is okay. So it's a lot less stress. Trust me on that. And plus, you save a lot of money from the cleaning itself because you're paying the cleaning crew. You save at least $500 to sometimes $1,000 a month per home on cleaning if you do midterm rental versus short-term rental. That's a lot. If you multiply that by 10 houses, that's like five to $10,000 in your pocket. You see, vacationer versus corporate tenants. What are the big difference? Let's say you have a vacation a rental, you have an average of 5 cleaning a month. That's $750 a month in cleaning fee that you have to pay. We'll pass that on to the client, yeah, but still it's a lot of management fee. Versus average stay of 3 months for corporate tenants, you only pay $300. So that's only the average of $100 a month. So you save about $600 to sometimes $1,000 a month, right? And plus, who want to deal with this mess every single few days, every single weekend, The other thing is income predictability. With vacationers, yes, you get higher prices per night, but most of the time you only book the weekend or like half of the month. You only occupy about 40, 50% of the month. Versus corporate tenants, they sign for like 3 to 6 months. So they are occupied the entire 3 to 6 months. Overall occupancy rate for corporate tenants for the whole year is like 70 to sometimes 90 something percent. These corporate tenants are relocation employees, corporate assignment, rents, also temporary housing during renovations, construction, IT, TV show. If you're in California, if you're in Texas, a lot of growth or construction, Bass Pro, Home Depot, all those guys who are building communities, building the city, expanding. Where are these guys staying? You ever thought about that? For every big job out there, they need 5 or 10 different people to do different things. So these people are there to complete a job within the next 6 months. So they stay at our home. Vacationer, who are they? Tourist, traveler, family on vacation. And then management intensity, right? Corporate tenants, less day-to-day management compared to vacation rental. I travel around the world. I tested it out. I was like, this real, I'm going to go around the world for like 2 months. During those 2 months, I was working probably like just checking everything, few minutes here, few minutes there, probably maximum 2-3 hours a week. While I was in like Europe, and then I went to like Australia, and then Vietnam, and then Bali. I'm not saying that to impress you or anything, but I really want to impress upon you that you can do it. It's potential for damage. So corporate tenants lower risk of wear and tear because they want the place to be clean. And plus, they don't want to cause any issue because they don't want to lose their job, right? Even if they're going to go party, they're probably going to go to party. They're going to rent a vacation home to go party to, okay? And then they go back to our home to sleep, right? Because they don't want to lose their job. You see what I'm saying? This is what a vacationer will look like. They probably have a disco music, an event, a party. They're young, go to the beach, party it up. These are something that I'm not excited to deal with, for sure. It was like a lot of time where it was nightmare to deal with vacationer who are young and have full of energy and drugs and alcohol, as you can imagine. All right, topic 3 is occupancy and profitability. Which is more profitable? Market demand and location. A midterm rental have lower daily rates but higher occupancy rate versus short-term rental. It can be, there's a lot of the seasons are up, like probably in the summertime on the beach, right? Approaching summertime, it's peak season for like 3 months, and then it's crash. Boom, everybody go back to school, no vacationing anymore. They usually only make money 3 or 4 months out of the year, and then the rest of the year they lose a lot of money. They have to save a lot of money to make up for those months. Versus midterm rental is a lot more consistent because they sign a lease for 3 to 6 months at a time, and then most of the time they extend. Why? Because these are projects get delayed, right? Construction get delayed, weather, whatever it is, it's always delayed. Construction never finish on time, okay? So therefore, all the other jobs that are attached to it never finish on time either, most of the time. Like we have extension about 90% of the time you get extension. And when I hear extension, I hear what? Cha-ching, right? And they usually extend for like a month to 2 months, sometime even a year. It's just month by month, it's go on for like a whole year. Versus short-term rental, they can extend for like a few days.